What's up? What's poppin'? What's Gucci? What's up? What's poppin'? What's Gucci? Baby! We back by what? Popular demand! With a reaction today. This is a crazy reaction. Also, if you hear crickets, it's because my freaking lizard won't eat the crickets. Me and him been having arguments. He's finna be grounded because cash. If you guys want to see him, leave a comment. All right, let's get into the YouTube video. Not forget to hit the subscribe button. Let's try to get 5,000 likes. So hit this like button. Shout out to Crime and Mysteries with Elisa J. This is what I'm getting the video to react. This is her channel. She goes over crime and stuff. She only has 1.16K subscribers, so go follow her, the girl.
This channel is dedicated to reporting various true crime, paranormal, and other strange cases from Australia. I would like to make my usual disclaimer that I mean no disrespect to anyone talked about in this video. This video is intended for educational purposes.
I love how people put that, because in my videos, honestly, if it gets to a point where you cross that threshold of the weird, I don't give a fuck anymore at the moment in time. I'm going to say I'm going to say it, and I'm going to speak on how I can feel about it. And if you don't like it, not my motherfucking problem.
This is the strange and bizarre case of the family, an Australian religious New Age cult that was formed in the mid-1960s in Melbourne. It was also known as the Great White Brotherhood.
It's really scary. I'm Christian and I love Jesus, I love God. It's so crazy to me how people manipulate Christianity into proving their point. Like I'm saying, like they take the Bible and they kind of take it out of context to fit their form. Not even kind of, they take it fully out of context to fit their form and brainwash people into forming a cult. And I'm like, there's no way in HE double hockey sticks that like me would be able to brainwash into a cult. Like honestly, I just can't see me in that type of situation, you know, because I feel like everybody would be annoyed at me by in the beginning of the start. I wouldn't play no games with that. Amen.
The leader, or the mother of the group, was Anne Hamilton Byrne, a yoga teacher by trade.
For more than 30 years, this is the only glimpse the world has had of Australia's most secretive cult leader, Anne Hamilton Byrne.
Y'all should have been alerted when she was singing eerie ass hymns like that. What is that? She sounds like somebody's old, she sounds like Betty White singing at the Grammys. Why? That would have alerted me. This is crazy. And then y'all sitting here acting like this is a new thing. This is why I think I need to be either a therapist, a detective, something of that nature to find these people, because this is plain simple crazy. This is bad, like honestly, this is bad, crazy.
Before I tell you more about the family, first we will talk a little bit about Anne Hamilton Byrne, her background, and how she came to be the leader of the family. Birth name, Evelyn Grace Victoria Edwards, was born on the 30th of December 1921 in Sale, Victoria. Evelyn grew up in poverty-stricken conditions with mostly absent parents. She was the oldest of 7 children.
I don't have no sympathy or pain. What? Oh, I don't care. Like, I care about her backstory, you know, just to tell us, like, you know, let's get in the backstory of her, all that. But I have no sympathy or palo racks for no stupid like this. Grinds my mother gears. And it's always taken in kind of, like, the people that go do some wild like this, say do some crazy on this type of level, and they're like, well, she had a wild upbringing. So did Eminem.
Anne's husband worked as a gardener at Melbourne University and had introduced her to the headmaster of the Queen's College within Melbourne Uni, Dr. Raina Johnson. Dr. Johnson wrote several books on mysticism combining beliefs from several different religions, but mainly focusing on the beliefs of Christianity and Hinduism.
A typical Edwardian English gentleman.
He looked like the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland.
Sir, we did not pay you to come on this documentary and talk about this man. Talk about how he looked like a Mad Hatter. What the? This? That man did not look like this man. And y'all gonna always hating. Always hating.
Hamilton Byrne. The two of them were extremely compatible in the ways of their beliefs, specifically the philosophy of Imaginism, which explains the purpose of God and human life. By this stage, Anne was referring to herself as a reincarnation of Jesus Christ.
And I knew it! And I knew it! Eddie on that damn lawn singing is crazy. First of all, how do you get what in your mental state really perceives you to think that you are reincarnating of Jesus? You hear the silence in the air? The silence is loud. It's louder than ever right now because you know what? It has to be bull in your motherfucking head to think that you, the one that came out of that cooter rooter, gonna sit here and really believe that you are Jesus.
A sort of diary in which he described Anne Hamilton Byrne as Jesus for the mid-20th century.
Anne and Dr. Johnson started to hold regular meetings at his property in Ferny Creek, in the Dandenong Ranges just outside Melbourne. He called the property Santiniketan, which means abode of peace.
Anne's followers included dozens of respected middle-class professionals, doctors, nurses, lawyers, teachers, all willing to do the bidding of their master.
And this is what I be telling y'all, college is not always the way. These motherfuckers that they named off all had to go to college to get that motherfucking degree. Teachers had to go to college. I think they actually, don't they have to take like a psychology class for teachers? Doctors, they study the motherfucking brain. They study the motherfucking brain. They have to. I have friends in Florida right now that are in college that study, they have to study the motherfucking brain. Lawyers, they got to know some about the motherfucking brain. They might not. I mean, I know in my Annalise Keenan, she knew about that motherfucking brain. Ain't no bad like that finna get brainwashed. That's what I be saying. College may not be the way or the truth or, you know, any of that nature. Because you finna sit here and squabble down what you just told me and say the teachers, doctors, and lawyers and other middle class of professionals like that. First of all, doctors are upper middle class. Lawyers are too. Now teachers, we know where teachers are. But if you went to school for all that damn long, and you are, boy, I tell you.
The number of people in the cult isn't known, but it is believed to have included up to 500 people at one point. The two of them then purchased an adjoining property, which they named Santiniketan Park in 1968. But the most important property was the one where Anne and her husband lived, with up to 28 illegitimate children.
What does illegitimate mean? Oh, wetlock babies. 28 is uterus still there. I know her bones are broken just from the past way. I know them, the thigh bones are gone. I know that hip is broken back.
Adoption papers and manipulate young adult and teenage mothers to give up their newborns to be part of the sect.
Some of her 500 disciples helped convince mothers to adopt them out. They thought the kids were going to a good home. The reality was far from it.
That's so tough. And you got me pissed right now. They basically, so her disciples, her 500 disciples went to teenage mothers or young mothers or mothers that probably didn't have enough fortune, and mothers, and basically manipulated them and converse them. That's a new word. I'm learning. Converse them into giving them the baby. And the mother, they thought the kids were going to a new good home, and
the children were brought up to believe that Anne and Bill were their legitimate parents. The two of them would even go as far as to bleach the children's hair, dress them all in the same clothing to create the illusion that they were all brothers and sisters.
And to convince outsiders they were all related.
you know, this is some mother in Gypsy Rose. It really is given that. It's given very much Gypsy Rose type. Miss Blanchard, where are you? It's given that.
Bleached hair, blonde, singing like the Von Trapp family, living out Anne's fantasy of, in her thoughts, I'm sure it was something like an Aryan race.
One of the children of the sect, Sarah Moore, spent most of her free life fighting back.
It's always just last names that are Moore, that are really, really doing something in the world. We got India Moore, we got Demi Moore, we got, I think that's it. Give me more. Free Britney!
Sarah, all the children, and even members of the family would take LSD. Not only would they give the children LSD, they would lock them in dark rooms alone for days while under the influence, and given the drug repeatedly. The aunties would tell them to work on themselves and convince them that they wanted to be abused.
Oh, if this woman is gone, like, away, I can tell you now, hell is not empty. Hell is not empty. Because she's there.
Visited by Anne, who would put on a show of sorts, convincing the children that she in fact is Jesus Christ.
That is so, oh, that pisses, what? That really grinds my mother gears. I already think there's enough going on with Christianity that is a lot right now. And I feel like a lot of people are like, you know, there's just a lot that comes along with Christianity. You really gotta have a one-on-one connection with God, and you really gotta read that Bible and have a trusting Christian group around you that isn't going to judge you and condemn you and bash you to hell and stuff like that. So I think when you are a kid learning about any religion at that, I feel like you need to be very careful, not careful, but you can't do it like that. Like where this woman is going and telling them that she's Jesus, doing actions of her being Jesus, is cross the motherfucking line, because now these kids are literally confused, and you don't know this. Now they will never even experience God's love or nothing of that sort, because I mean, they might, you know, they might still have a way, you know, God always works in mysterious ways. But I'm saying that really put a trauma on it.
And in 1985, a reporter named Mary Moore decided to investigate the claims herself.
Keep a lot of children in the commune here, is that right?
No, that's not right at all.
There's no children here.
No.
But Mari Moore's suspicions were ignored and the abuse continued.
I feel like if I was a person that goes checks on kids and somebody, and I know there's like they're in there and you're sitting there as no there's not. At this point, I've watched enough 911, The Rookie, Lone Star, Grey's Anatomy, all of those type of things in that nature to lawfully arrest someone, save someone's life, and know when somebody's lying, because I also watch Annalise Keating. And I would just walk on in. I know the law. I am the law. I know the medical field. I am the medical field. I am the field of medical. And I am a lawyer. I would just walk on in. Do you have a warrant? Yes, I do. Can I see it? It's, talk to the cameraman. He has it. So while she's talking to the cameraman, I'm screaming, hey, y'all need help!
There would be things such as wetting the bed. They would receive water.
And then there was the most terrifying ordeal of all.
Water shot. What the is water? I know that she was not. Oh, she's burning.
Yeah, and then one of the aunties would help, and then you'd have to kneel down, and then they'd push your head into the bucket and hold it for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, then bring it out again and say, "Did you do it? Did you do it?" Say, "No." Back in again.
Water.
Yeah. Because Anne had said better to be drowned than a liar.
Y'all emphasize lying too much. Lying is just a form of acting. I don't know. I just that's some I don't know why I should have bust out and saying, but you know, this is a pretty crazy video. I know it's kind of long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was crazy. Be ready for tomorrow's YouTube video. Don't forget, if you liked it, hit like. If you didn't, hit like. Subscribe and follow the social medias. All right, we out of here, baby. Boom.